Hey, Alex.
Hi, John.
You know what I hate?
What's that?
When, you're like going about your day, walking down the streets, maybe going to the grocery store, wherever, and all of a sudden you find out that holds are barred.
I abhor that.
It's the worst.
I mean,
You're trying to have holds, and then they're barred.
I know there's a lot of times where people bandy about the phrase stomping on my civil liberties, but you know what hold is barred? Stomping on my civil liberties.
That's right.
Which barring holds is one of which the thing I just said.
My brain is now rotten.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's just leaking out my ears.
Yeah, because we watched No Holds Barred.
When your back's to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me? Life gets hard. It's no holds barred.
Let me tell you what I hate about this movie.
That it's so short.
Absolutely nothing. I fucking love this movie, John. Every part of it.
This
Now,
was...
do you think I'm going to be able to keep this up the whole episode?
Absolutely not.
Good, because I'm giving up right now. Holy crap, this is terrible.
So let me, well, first of all, I guess before we get into it, let me give a real quick shout out to everyone that sent me nice messages about the 100-mile bike ride last week. That was very nice of you, and clearly I'm still alive. So that's
Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, and big shout out to the voice actor I hired to get to do John's part, because you're doing great.
Thank you.
Lisp it up a little bit, a little bit more and then just try to throw any more in a place where it's inappropriate.
Start to make a point and then just veer off somewhere else.
Well, I mean, actually, that's kind of my job too. So,
But huge shout out to my mom, because
yeah, moms.
when this movie came out, I was about of the age, because this was 1989. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of No Holds Barred.
Happy birthday, No Holds Barred.
When this movie came out, I was of the age of trying to have some independence, and my mom took me and my friend Matt to see this movie. It's like, I want to sit by myself. I don't want to sit with you. And my mom was like, fine. And so not only did she have to just suffer through this movie, she sat behind two lunkheads that were totally into it.
You mean jockasses?
Yeah,
She
a
sat
couple of
behind two
jockasses.
jockasses.
They were like, I think Zeus is going to fuck him up, dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, hell yeah to my mom.
Oh yeah, God bless you, Mom. That is above and beyond.
Yeah. This movie is very designed for a 9-year-old boy.
Yes, it is. But even that, I'm a fucking idiot. I love dumb stuff at times. I even think I was too mature for this at 9. Because I saw this.
I was not.
Yeah, we're about the same age. I saw this when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is bad. But
yeah.
let me ask you this. This is a multiple choice question for you about the movie No Holds Barred.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the most racist movie we've watched, or the most racist movie ever made?
I'm not sure either, frankly.
Really? Because there's 3 black guys in the movie.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not racist.
One
I'm just
is a
saying
monster,
I bet we've done more.
and 2 are people that rob the place and get hit by pies.
Yeah. Well, there's also, this movie has a Bobo logic. A Bobo is the giant guy that you fight in Double Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like, oh yeah, you fought this guy, and he's a big tough guy. What if he was black? And he shows up later as a big black guy.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to fight him again, and he's tougher now.
Oh, all right.
Because it is that, where it's like, Hulk Hogan just fights these different guys, like, yeah, but what if it was a black guy?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Boy, this movie is, and especially given what has been revealed about Hulk Hogan's view on people of color
Yeah.
in years after this, specifically what he wishes packs of them to do. It is an awkward film
Yeah.
in certain scenes, because I had forgotten about the whole kind of complete racism part. And I get, you can have a black dude as a main villain, that's fine. But when they're the only other guys of the movie are robbing the place. Oh no! And then there's the
trainer.
Oh no! Okay, the trainer is actually a real character. He's fine. But there's I forgot the other racist one is the southern big black lascivious waitress
Yes.
lady. Like, oh, I just want to shove you in my titties. Like she's
Yes.
just, oh, if I was 30
Sex
years
act
younger,
of shoving into titties.
or whatever the hell she said. No, she says something all like just
Yeah. She was. Yeah. She's like, I'll. You'd be on the run. I'd snatch you up.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it is. I mean, it is 3 steps away from going into a full rendition of Zippity Doo Dah.
Well, here's what's fascinating about this movie that I just picked up this time around. So this was the first sort of attempt of the now WWE to go beyond just wrestling, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because they had a whole bunch of wrestlers and a whole thing, and they just went, let's not use any of that and tell this whole other separate story about a made-up character.
Yeah.
But it's all about the thing you need to know about Rip, Hulk Hogan's character in this movie, Rip.
Oh, there's charity work.
he's a very good man.
Oh yeah, charity
He
work.
is a very good man.
You know,
like
'cause the
there
thing
is,
I want you to know about is
Yeah.
my charity work.
yeah, he is just like you want to talk about like a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
This guy, which is interesting. So my sister, who's a smart person, a doctorate getting person, wrote this whole article about the sort of the creation of celebrity and like the public-private celebrity thing. And this was something that I thought about because so it's Hulk Hogan playing Rip, but then in the movie they reference Rip having a on-stage persona called Rip.
Yeah.
And there's no difference between those
Yeah.
things. Where like my sister's article was about like say Britney Spears was sort of living this life that you felt was you were alongside her. She's singing the song, I'm not yet a girl, not yet a woman. She's going through her private struggles are public, but it's all this very curated thing, this image thing. And I was thinking about that, like that this was presenting Hulk Hogan to you.
Well, I mean, I disagree with one point of your premise here. And I think it's just because he is, I mean, it's an insult to the art of acting to say he's a bad actor. Like he's just, I mean, Hulk Hogan is fucking abhorrent in this.
He's better in Gremlins 2. He's better in Rocky 3.
Yeah, he's fucking terrible.
Maybe he
in
just
this.
needs to be in sequels.
Now, well, I mean, my running thought was I think he got confused when people said Rip, like because that's not his name. His name is Hulk, because he looks like a big dummy. But anyway, I think there is a character Rip in this movie and his outside persona because the character Rip doesn't speak. He just goes, and that's why when he's the person, the real human being, you know, Johnny Rip or whatever his name is, because that's his last name is Rip. Because Randy's last name is Rip.
Oh, okay.
It's revealed at one point, or at least that's what I think
But
happened.
it would in this movie, would it surprise you if his name was Rip Rip?
No, it would not.
Yeah.
Like Mario and Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
But because that's I think why they do the thing where he speaks horrible French, goes to French restaurants, where he's into charity. Is I think they're actually trying to establish that he's such a manly man in ring,
Yeah.
and then he's actually kind of cultured outside the ring, but he's also badass.
But
he rides a
he's
motorcycle.
also he's cultured, but like he's cool. Like he
Yeah.
knows the help.
Here's part of the kind of I mean, there's so much to talk about with this movie, but his in-ring acting is bad. Like he's literally better at acting to be a professional wrestler in any given professional wrestling match, which is shocking. This is your job.
Some of that is also the fact that he doesn't have, and I don't want to get too far away from his persona because I got more to say about that real quick. But like he's this whole thing, he's just fighting jobbers. Like there's not part of the whole persona thing in wrestling is the back and forth of like the interviews with Mean Gene Okerlund being like, I'm going to screw you up and whatever. And this is just like some guy who looks like Robert Zadar with regular body proportions.
No, that the first guy he wrestled is Axe from Demolition. Tag team holder. No, they're Demolition. You'd recognize the guy with the big shoulder.
Yeah. But like he's just a guy.
No, but I just mean like hey, he's I just mean in the art of wrestling to quote Colt Cabana.
Please do.
No, that's it. It's the name of his podcast. Is how do two professional wrestlers, title holders like Demolition Axe, they're tag team title champions.
You're saying the actual
No,
wrestling.
the actual wrestling. He looks awkward. Like he looks like someone acting like a professional wrestler where you're literally the world's most famous and also the ADR of his breathing while he's wrestling is fucking
Well,
this
so
whole
some of
movie's
that
ADR, by the way.
Yeah, there's so much of that. My favorite is like when during the charity event when he's like, "Come on, guys, this is how we build character."
That's so bad. Oh,
Yeah,
you're both doing so good. You're both doing great.
Whereas like there's a huge crowd and then you could hear him. He's way off in the distance, but you can hear him like you're standing right next to him.
Wait, we'll get back to. You're going to talk more
Yeah.
about personality. Keep that thought. I just want to explain, just because this is kind of ADR is additional dialogue recording. It's when you go into a studio and record dialogue that already happened because you didn't get the sound on the day.
Yeah, it's like it's too noisy or something like
I
that.
just-
or you're adding something else like it's over your shoulder and you're going, "That's crazy, Dale."
Yeah. It's just one of those things where I don't think I knew ADR until way later in my adult life. So it's explain. Okay.
It's very vital to learn.
Well,
But,
given that what we just said makes absolutely no
Right.
sense unless you know what ADR means.
But a question I have about that, because there's something I was noticing during the action scenes. Do you think it's his performance in the ring, or is it the way it's shot and cut together? Because so much of the
I think
action
it's
to me-
shot and cut together.
Yeah, because so much of the action, like the big limo fight.
Yeah.
There are so many things that I remember being awesome, and then I'm watching it and I'm like, this is really like not stagey, but like stodgy, basically. Like very stilted, and there's
Yeah.
no energy to it, and it just feels like people going through motions.
No, I think this is the most incompetently made movie we've watched.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far because we did watch Black Eagle.
I think Order of the Black Eagle is more
Actually,
elegantly made.
that's true.
Yeah.
Order of the Black Eagle was a stunt film, so this didn't really have
Yeah,
that.
then no, that looked good, but also like it's edited better. Like the editing
Yeah.
in this is really it's because Black Eagle's just like I mean it's I think as far like if Black Eagle costs I don't know $1 million to make. You saw $1 million on the screen.
Sure.
This thing cost like $4 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and it looks like it was $135 in some guy's backyard. Like, it looks like it's the cameras they film in ring, and then it's filmed all around Stamford or where the fuck the WWE's out of. Like, I mean, I don't know if it is, but like, it's just what it looks like. It's like, oh, cool, we've got access to this warehouse, this street, this
Right.
hotel. Like all of the world television or wherever the bad guys work is. It's like a shitty boardroom. Like it looks like they just cleared a motel, like
like a conference.
Yeah, conference room.
and just put in a marble table. So, I mean, they're like we can get into how the plot makes little sense.
No, I think the plot
But-
makes complete sense. It's just really
to a
dumb.
degree. You know what? It falls apart in the third act.
It really does.
But so this movie, which originally when I was watching, I'm like,
Wait,
you know
sorry,
what?
wait. Sorry, I'm never going to get back to it. I just nearly gasped because I was going back to the cast list on my computer. $8 million budget on this.
$8 million
Dude,
budget.
but that's like 1988 money.
Yeah, and like they didn't make it back.
That's like no. This was a huge hit.
It was not. It opened second under Indiana Jones and the Last
U.S.
Crusade.
gross is $16 million.
But they
U.S.
didn't,
gross.
But they didn't make their money back.
Yeah,
for
but
it.
Lord of the Rings lost money technically.
Right,
That's
but
Hollywood
like-
accounting.
but that's-
sorry. I didn't want to.
No, but it's a reoccurring joke in the WWF. Like
Yeah.
Jim Ross called it like no profit gained or something like that.
I mean, except sorry. Go back to
And,
the real
and
point.
apparently in Hulk Hogan's 2002 biography, he talked about how Vince McMahon basically like ponied up the dough himself.
Yeah.
And like Hulk donated some money and Vince still owes Hulk money or vice versa. Because originally I thought this movie was the movie that Barton Fink was supposed to write in Barton Fink. Because
It's not.
It fits all the things that he's supposed to write about. Except he instead of a slow child, it's a beautifully soft younger brother, a perfectly smooth boy. There was a script written. Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon.
I was
went,
gonna bring this up,
This
yeah.
is terrible, and rewrote it over like locked themselves in a hotel room.
They locked themselves in a hotel room over 72 hours in the
72
late
hours.
80s. Do you
And
know
I'm
how
sure-
much cocaine
Yeah, good lord.
and sloppy 45-second blowjobs from like really, really dirty looking girls happened in that room? On the other kind of reality of this movie note, you're talking about like why they didn't bring in. I mean, you have all these wrestlers. Why not at least like cast? Why not cast known wrestlers to be like the
Yes.
bar guys? But here's. Let me posit a kind of sliding door scenario here. The first match, or the movie opens. Do you remember who's talking when the movie opens?
Yeah, it's Mean Gene Okerlund and Jesse Ventura.
Now, do you remember their character names?
No, did they have different names?
No, Mean Gene Okerlund and
Yeah,
Jesse Ventura. No.
right.
So this is our universe.
Yeah.
In this universe, is there a WWE or WWF at the time?
Yes, because like this is clearly this organization.
Yeah.
That the bad guy wants to steal Rip away from.
So the bad guys essentially, because I was going to say this is actually weirdly prescient of the Monday Night Wars, where like WCW went
Well, also-
super tough and weird and cool.
Also the MMA.
Oh yeah, sure, Octagon Ring.
Yeah,
Okay,
and just the world's toughest guy or whatever.
So what happened to Hulk Hogan in this universe?
In this universe, Rip is Hulk Hogan. There's no Hulk Hogan. It's a weird alternate dimension.
But Mean Gene Okerlund and Jesse Ventura are the
All
same.
of the thing is this. Everything's the same. Hulk Hogan.
So this
just
is
Rip.
like the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Except so like so like Hulk Hogan. So instead of like you read Hulk Hogan back in our lifetime, but they read it as Berenstein. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
This is the
'Cause
one small difference in this universe.
Nothing works better than Mandela effect jokes.
Also, I guarantee Jesse Ventura just showed up to set like that.
Yeah, the Cleopatra,
Whatever headdress
beaded
thing
head
he was
yeah.
wearing, and I just went, let's.
And Mean Gene complimenting his hair was lovely.
Yeah.
They're probably the best part of this movie. I mean, other than okay, so let's get this on real clear here. Kurt Fuller is a fucking genius actor.
Well,
he is amazing.
You
in
can
this
tell
movie.
he's having a lot of fun with this.
Because
he knows this is shit. but he's just
Exactly.
like,
he is going so over the top in the most beautiful. His scenes imbue me with so much joy that I almost forget I'm watching it. And
Yeah.
then it cuts back to Hulk. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm watching like a slow motion abortion. Oh, that's my mistake.
Well, it's so funny because like this movie has so formed my opinion of that actor that when I see him in other things, I always think of him as the bad guy from Nolan
Yeah.
Born. I'm always like, oh, he's probably up to something.
He's watching he's watching Rip beat up Demolition X.
Mm-hmm.
They cut to this boardroom of them
Yes.
sitting on computer chairs watching it. And he goes,
When I took over this network some months ago, I vowed to take it to the top. Now I find that every time this jockass decides to strip down to his sweet nothings and wallow around with some sweat hog, we eat it.
that's what I want. And he gives this Iago speech of tomorrow, Rip is his mind. He's like, well, I don't know, sir. I heard that this might be the next boardroom scene because they cut directly to it. Because at one point they go, well, I don't know, sir. I hear that Rip's word is his bond. You know, he's
Yes.
got a contract. He goes,
Tell me something I don't already know, Johnston. Contracts are nothing but words.
But, Mr. Brill, I'm told that Rip's word is his bond.
Bond? Then we get him to break his bond. What's his price? That's what I want to know. What's his price?
oh my God, is this movie...
His
Kurt
quotes
Fuller-
are
if
so
it was
great.
just... If this was a 10-minute movie of just the stuff with him in it, it would genuinely be an enjoyable
Yeah.
film.
They really want to make jockass be a thing.
Oh, he says jockass
But
so many
I
times.
love that where he's like, but sir, Rip's word is his bond. Like that's a thing that everyone knows
It's
about him.
so fucking
I love
great.
it. Because again, Rip is so good. Which, this is what I wanted to bring up before, is that although I do think that this movie is specifically designed for like 9-year-old boys, like this, the logic and whatever is just completely
Yeah. Well,
not for
Hulk
that.
had that whole family image thing back
Yeah.
then, too, so it sort of makes sense.
But well, I'm just talking about the way that idiot kid brains work.
no, I just mean, like, the way that, like, that's why, like, he sleeps with a girl but doesn't sleep
Oh,
with
no,
her.
I
Like,
get- no,
I
yeah,
think
totally.
this is kind of aimed
Yeah,
at the
because girls are
PG set.
icky. Yeah,
Yeah.
But that Hulk in this movie, or Rip, is sort of like how Americans view ourselves, and that like we're genuinely good people, and everyone loves us, and we give to
That's
charity.
really great.
But like you get us mad. Like you say something about my friends,
Yeah.
and I will come
it's
down
so
on
great.
you. Like you're just
Yeah.
lucky my girlfriend's here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like he will just become a psychopath, like in the scene in the restaurant.
You know-
He could have just punched the guy, but he just destroys the restaurant. Everyone's like, "Hooray, Hulk!"
You know what he is? He's the best case toxic masculinity.
Yeah, oh,
Where,
absolutely.
Like, he's not, like, he actually is trying to be nice to the ladies in his life, but he's, like, kind of awful at it. Like, and it's all just kind of subterfuge.
Yeah, like he thinks he's being benevolent, but it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, no, he is, there's so much about it.
No, but it's like a film noir hero. A film noir went like, aren't these guys actually good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where he's just like a piece of shit, but it's like, no, thumbs up, you.
In there, he is inexplicably in his hand holding a large chunk of what looks like rose quartz.
Yeah, he picked it up off his desk
Why does he have a big chunk of rose?
because it looks cool, and later he can smash it to make a
It
point.
is such a weird, what an odd fucking set design thing. Because I
My
can tell
guess-
you, as a, you could look at the shelf behind me. There's plenty of weird, like
Yeah.
quartzy. That shit's expensive. Like, why would you spend? Not, I mean, it probably costs like
How
$100
rich he
bucks.
is.
But no. I'm saying as a set designer in the film, you think high end. Manager or president of a company, or probably manager because I don't think he owns the company. The first thing you think of is, rose quartz.
Okay, I got a 2-word answer for you. Vince McMahon. Because like I don't doubt that Vince McMahon is like, that's what people have. Like the way that the executive acts
No,
in
fair
this
enough. Yeah.
is again like what a child thinks an executive does. Vince McMahon's role in the this kind of predates his like being a character in the WWE.
No, he was still doing commentary back then.
But this is exactly like that character is Vince McMahon's character.
presages the Mr. McMahon character.
But like
Yeah.
it's that same kind of like stupid thing where like, why are you so mad? What is this about? Like,
Yeah.
like how do you even think business works?
now that it's funny too, and this is, I hope this isn't too much of a stretch, but I think the Zeus being badass, the writing of it, is actually the Mr. McMahon thing because Zeus goes Zeus, That's not too distant from "You're fired."
That's not. There's
It's
a couple
the
more
same
syllables.
vocal intonation. Because later when Zeus goes, "Rip
Yeah.
challenge," because keep in mind this is written by Vincent Hulk.
Yeah.
I wonder if that kind of like this is the way that he views villainy. Is,
Could be. I mean, like, did you ever watch
throaty, cigarette?
Did you ever watch the John Oliver thing about the WWE?
No, I don't think I ever watched it.
Oh, it's great. 'Cause
I
it
knew
talks
it
about like Vince
existed, yeah.
McMahon and like what a weird guy he
Yeah, yeah.
is. So yeah, could be. There's a surprising amount of meetings, boardroom meetings in the first half hour of this movie for
There's
being a movie about
significant number.
wrestling.
Yeah. All right. Wait. So so there's 2 meetings and the match. Then there's a meeting where he meets the lead lady. What's her name?
Joan Severance is
Joan
the.
Severance.
Is the
No, we're calling her Joan
actress,
Severance. I
but yeah.
refuse to know her. Sam. But I refuse to know her name.
Well, but
I'm calling her Joan Severance on fucking principle.
this was also a thing that was interesting, and I'm sure this movie is not isolated in this, but this movie got me thinking about this. It's staged like a sitcom, with very few exceptions. Characters are where they are. Scenes start, characters are there. Like no one travels to get anywhere in this movie.
Oh yeah. Well,
like
except for the plane where they travel to the hotel room.
there's the plane and the limo, but like so often it's just like, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And now we're here. And it's not like a criticism of the movie, but it just got me thinking about the motion of characters and how in this movie, yeah, everyone is just
Oh yeah, no,
and they're already here.
sitcom is so right. He literally does the "I'm gonna cut this room into
Yeah.
odd couple
Oh, yes,
fucking
he
moment."
does.
All right, so we can't get there yet because first talk about it because we're right in the beginning of this movie. Oh, so anyway, real quick, the third thing he meets with her is the 4th boardroom scene.
At least.
And then there's that's the one where he talks about meeting with his new thing. It's like, I want people to know about my charity. Yeah, okay.
important thing.
And then there's her meeting with Kurt Fuller where she gets mad and then he orders someone to rape her, which really, again, movie aimed at 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then I think there's 2 more because he meets with his underlings at least 3 times later. So there's an upwards of 10 just meetings in this.
Yeah.
All right. So early in the movie, we're still, because I have the boardroom speech with the Rose Quartz is 9 minutes and 20 seconds in. We've been talking for half an hour.
Yes.
He invites Hulk to meet with him. And he's like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm sleazy and not even trying to be it." And Hulk's like, "No, man, I'm under contract." He's like, "Here is a blank check."
Well, before that, he has him sit in a Louis XIV chair because you know what will impress a professional wrestler? Antiquity.
Okay, wait, no. Him asking Hulk to sit in the Louis XIV chair is actually correct. Because he frequents French restaurants.
Oh.
In character study wise,
That's true.
Kurt Fuller was
you know
on
what?
fucking market. Like
I
if
fell
he
in
had
the same
Google
trap
search
as that
terms-
stupid waiter.
Yeah,
God.
he meets with him. It doesn't go well, and Kurt Fuller's pushing him, and he's like, "Fuck you, it ain't gonna happen." So it's like, fuck you, go get the hell out of my office. He leaves. For some reason, Hulk takes the limo provided to him back to because that's what happens, and they lock him in the limo.
Yeah.
with steel reinforced paneling.
But before that starts happening,
Oh,
when
God,
things
was there
start
more
going
before?
wrong,
There's so much that happens in the early part of this movie.
when things start going wrong, Hulk is still very polite about it. It's like, you're going the wrong way.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm not losing my cool. I'm a good guy.
So they put the steel up, and then this is where the movie he starts kicking the steel.
Well, yeah. So he's trapped in a limo, and the music here is great. And we all know the haunting limo escape theme from No
The
Holds
music
Barred.
in this is the final music at the end of the movie is like a parody of 80s music.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
So he starts trying to kick his way out of the limo, and then because
Oh, wait, no, not that then, but we need to think of the kicking. Because I have a physics question for you.
okay, yes. Let's get
Why
into
was
this.
the limo swerving?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But
'Cause it's-
John, he's in the I don't know if you know a lot about physics, and I know you know that I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure that when you're in a moving body, kicking the side of the moving body, it's not going to make it swerve.
here's I'm gonna posit
Yeah.
that the limo driver, he was doing what he was told, but man, he's gotta get Rip. Rip is such a good guy that he got shit faced, and that's just the swerving is just incidental.
You know what I think that theory is? Dookie!
Well, okay, we're almost there.
No, wait, before Dookie, just one more physics thing. So this is when it's revealed that Rip Torn of this movie is some kind of super powered human. He's from Amazon The Boys, because he jumps through a steel plated limo roof. At the end of that scene.
Yeah.
No, he's kicked.
Well,
he
he's-
struggled to kick through the wet bar. He
Yeah,
struggled to kick through
now
the doors.
that's something that confused me, because like he stops his onslaught when he gets to the wet bar. He
Yeah.
like, gets his foot stuck in the wet bar.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, okay, well, he's done.
But they shot it, so it has to stay in the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, heaven forbid you chopped it. But he kicks the steel. It bends outward. Very impressive. Probably accurate given the width of the steel and that. I mean, we joke around about Hulk, but like that dude is he is in very good shape.
Yeah.
Like that is a
This is the
large
prime of-
yeah.
yeah.
So good on fine. But you establish it takes 7 kicks to make small, like kind of bubbles in the steel until the car comes to a stop, in which he $6 million man jumps through the steel of the roof, beats the shit out of some underlings, then threatens the limo driver.
He grabs the limo driver. I mean, I remember, again, being 9 years old and watching
Yeah.
this movie, thinking this was hilarious. But he's got the limo driver and he's like,
What's that smell?
and the camera pans up from the limo driver's ass to his face, and you can see a complete, like, wet, disgusting ass.
Yeah.
I don't remember that from a kid. Like, that is disgusting.
Beyond that, and let's talk about some more physics, John.
I don't know about the physics of this guy's butt.
No, we're not going to talk about the butt. We're going to talk about the back of his coat. The back of his coat, the outside back of his coat, was slick and shiny.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
No, there's no way it could be that. There's no way you could forcibly shit through underwear, pants, a full suit jacket, and come out the other side.
All right, there's 2 possible answers. The first one is Rip is just that powerful and scary.
Yeah.
Second is, and most limo drivers will probably back me up on this, you drive assless. Like, that's just part of the uniform.
Now, I think you see the back of his jeans, though.
Well, then he's violating.
Or, well, when I say jeans, I mean whatever.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Suit pants.
Literally, there's been no more telling a thing on the show about how much of a fucking slob asshole is I literally don't know what the things you wear on your legs are called that aren't jeans.
You know, his dungarees.
Yeah,
that he wears.
I don't own shorts. I don't own whatever you wear with suits. I own jeans. I own
Yep.
a multiple pair of
leather
jeans.
pants, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, that was way more.
Dookie.
I felt very old in that moment. I'm like, oh, that's disgusting.
Okay, but you know what's crazy about that? So the Dookie scene, the thing that everybody remembers.
Yeah.
That's 17 minutes into the movie.
I know. There have been so many boardroom meetings up to
No,
this point.
but what's crazy is the movie just keeps getting more fucked up after this point. But the part where the limo driver shits himself after the man jumps through a steel plate is not the high weird point of the movie.
No.
And also, it's 17 minutes in.
Yeah. And we still have the tiny wangers to go.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
The most fucked up thing about the Dookie thing, though, which is weird to say, like coming off of a poop joke thing, is that scene ends. Like, so the guy's like, Dookie, and then Hulk's like, Dookie, and stares the guy and grunts. Cut to boardroom thing that Hulk's just at. And does this happen a lot? Because, like, he just got kidnapped. And no one, it's fine. No one's treating it like anything. But he's just, it's part of my, you made me late for my 2:00.
Well, you know, it's wrestling community. It comes from, you know, carnival stuff, you know.
But
it's
again, like
carnies
being
and
9
rock
years
and rumble
old,
thing,
you're just
yeah.
like, this is a thing that happens to good guys.
So after the Dookie scene, we're introduced to Samantha Amore.
Of
her
course,
last
that's
name.
her last name.
Now, I don't want to admit too much about my personal life, but John can attest to this. I'm an L7. I am a dork when it comes to the ladies. I am not smooth at all. I have never been as awkward as Hulk Hogan in the scene where he's eye fucking her, and then like he's like going,
Yeah, Hulk being
biting-
aroused is not a thing I enjoy.
biting his thumb and just staring at her like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I just want to fuck her so bad. It is incredibly awkward. But the next scene with them together, he is a chaste Vestal
Yes.
virgin that is not even tempted by the smoking hot lady sleeping in
Yeah.
the same bed as him. Why did they write the movie? Like what?
Well,
Why,
because
like where's the oh my god I want to fuck her so bad
because
coming
that
from?
like because again it's this view Americans have of themselves where it's like, oh my gosh, this hot woman, oi oi oi, but then like, but I'm a good man and I'm not going to take advantage of the situation.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like the
But I because it's Vince McMahon, I guarantee the original script was like Rip's eyes bulge out of his head, and then he hits himself on the head with a shoe several times. But then like
true.
we can't really put that in the
it's just,
in the movie.
So yeah, the eyeballing her, and this gets to the French restaurant where because she takes, which actually, by the way, weirdly enough, this lady's actually pretty progressive as a woman for a 1989 movie.
Well,
Like,
she's a tough. I mean, Designing Women was out by then. She's a tough '80s lady, working girl.
I don't really understand that reference. Was she on Designing Women?
No, I'm just saying Designing Women had strong female characters.
Oh, okay, yeah. But I mean, for this movie, like she actually kind of is like. She takes control of things like she sees Hulk eye fucking. She's like, all right, well, how about we go out tonight? Oh no, I take it back. I forgot that's part of her subterfuge because she's actually working for Kurt Fuller.
Yeah, which was what a twist. That what
Okay, well we got to talk about that. But first, they go to the
nonsense Prometheus. Has there been such a twist?
the French restaurant. John, I don't think you know what twists are. So
40 more minutes of that argument.
So he goes to the French restaurant and the maitre d'. So he comes in and all the back staff is like, "Hey, what's going on, my man?" Like pointing at him.
See, that makes it sound like that's interesting. What happens is this weird Ralph Macchio looking dude just comes
Yeah.
up and awkwardly waves,
Okay,
like,
fine.
throw out your arm in front of
Yeah.
you and just limply throw your
But
hand around.
if I may, oh my beautiful woman, here's what you can have over here: the escargot and the clam sauce. Now for you, we have le hot dog foot long,
Yeah,
le
hamburger.
hamburger
Yeah.
American. You dumb shit! I could put the ball on the floor and stick your face in it with my boot. Now, Hulk is dressed reasonably well in this scene. He's dressed better than I do.
Yeah, but look at him.
No, but he's sitting. He doesn't even like come across as that giant event. But also, this is your fucking job, dude. Why are you shitting on a random customer?
That's part of it. Sorry.
Also, wait, sorry, no, interrupt you again. This guy's supposed to be like Hulk Hogan level. Even if you don't watch wrestling in 1989, you were fucking familiar with Hulk Hogan is. So if we're gonna draw the analogy, even that froggy fucking asshole should know who Rip Ripperson is.
Okay, first of all, that's new money. That's gross. That is gauche nonsense.
You're
That
a
you
maitre
even-
d'. It's not even like you own the fucking place.
Yeah, but
You're basically the help.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of snooty French waiters. Like that's
I
a
know.
whole thing.
I know.
But
It's
it's also
just-
it's
so
also really upsetting when Hudson Hawk handles something with more subtlety than your movie.
Hey, by the way, Hudson Hawk is a graceful masterpiece in comparison.
Oh,
to this movie.
absolutely.
Le hot dog American, and then the kitchen staff comes out and goes, "Hey, it's our best friend Hulk."
Yeah.
and then Hulk
This
is
guy's new.
and Hulk is like, "Je t'aime," or whatever the fuck like shit ass French he tries to come out with, which is just it's fucking amazing. But
Yeah. But again, that just like that weird that again, I don't know who said this quote, but that all Americans view themselves as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. Where it's like, look, Hulk's just a regular guy, but yeah, he likes good French food because that shit's good. And like he
Yeah.
knows the guys that speak the language, but he's not snooty about it, not like this jerk.
yeah.
Hulk is so good.
This is about the point where, and we need to talk about this scene probably for about, I'm going to say the next 2 hours,
At least.
is where Kurt Fuller and his two toadies,
David Paymer is one of them, which I was surprised.
I recognized the one, and the other one seemed like kind of vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
But they go to the shit-kicking bar because I guess David Fuller has discovered that they do a wrestling kind of thing.
Yeah,
there.
they're looking for a replacement for Rip. They can't have Rip. They're going to do their own thing.
Now, okay. You say one thing about this scene first, and then I'm going to respond with much like so earlier before we started this recording, available on Alex Bolin Patreon. John and I played a bit of a game where we named movies of famous actors. Let's kind of go back and forth on this until we run out of dumb things in this scene. John, why don't you just name something completely messed up about what we're about to enter into?
They have a little person in a cage.
That was the first thing in my list. John, they have like I don't know dogs, but some kind of vicious dog in the bathroom.
Yes.
Here, I'll give you one. The bathroom is called the VD room.
Oh, I missed that entirely. The waitress is disgusting.
Oh, you mean the waitress that wants to get laid, relayed, and parlayed?
Yeah, I have
That
a
waitress?
lot of questions about that.
Why? She wants to get laid, okay. Then she wants to get relayed to have sex again, and then she wants to make an agreement between the two people that is mutually beneficial to both parties. Parlayed.
Or
Or she wants to talk to a pirate.
yeah, I was gonna say talk to pirate, or like I'd like to have sex. I'd like to have a message about me carried somewhere.
Yes.
And then I'd like to have sex with an adequate golfer. Parlayed.
Okay, well, let me give you an answer to this, and I think I can do it. That tiny person in a cage throwing peanuts into people's drinks from
And then
inside the
having a
cage.
sign that says smile.
What the? What?
I don't know. And I believe he's listed as like headbanger. Like
Oh yeah, you know, there's a theory that was Peter Dinklage.
yes, there is.
Yeah,
because everyone just went that that's the only that's the only
That's the Amazon review.
Yeah.
The dog was played by Warwick Davis.
Sure. Yeah.
So they're in this. There's this shit kicker bar that with all of the awfulness in it, and Kurt Fuller is watching them kill each other, and he goes like, "America, don't you just love it?" Which is it's just Kurt Fuller shining.
Yeah.
And their two toadies have to go into the bathroom. And he's trying to ask somebody where the bathroom is, and people are spitting chaw on their shoe.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, Kurt Fuller wants to buy a beer with a hundo, and he goes, "Here, beat up that guy in the ring, and you can keep the change." So, like, the guy that works there hops it, and it's just like this gross, and it's kind of amazing. And they head off to the bathroom. Now, I want you to describe this scene. I just want to tell the audience because I like to admit things. I go to a local bar near here. And they have a bar, and there's a urinal and a wall, and on the other side of the wall is the toilet with a door. Mm-hmm. Even in that, which is pretty damn secluded, I get what the medical calls parauresis, which is pee shyness.
Oh, yeah.
I am awful at it. Like, I mean, I've gotten to the point that I left early to go home because I couldn't pee because someone kept walking in.
Oh, sure. No, I'm a stall guy for sure.
I can't, even in a stall, can't do it. I just, because then I think about the noise. I'm fucking awful at it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This room is 3 trough-style urination holes.
Overflowing troughs.
Overflowing troughs. And then some shitter stalls. Mm-hmm. John, I would very much like to leave it in your hands. And please continue.
Thank you for leaving me this. So the two toadies go in there, and they're talking about how disgusting the whole thing is, which again is sort of interesting because they're the villains and they're talking about how awful this place is, because it is, but it's still presented as, aren't these guys shitty for shitting on you and the stuff that you like? But this disgusting bathroom, they're peeing in there, and this horrible, horrible man, who I believe is the brother of the gross waitress,
Brother of the gross waitress, yeah.
like pops out of the stall. And he's furious. I don't know what he was doing in there, but he's very upset because they've also been, making fun of the place. But
no, they were spending like minutes of time going, "These hillbilly
Yeah.
scum fucks, how gross are they?" And they're all agreeing with each other. Little do they know that.
this guy just emerges out of the stall, grabs them, and then says,
What do we got here? A teeny wang. And here's another. It ain't even worth it.
"What is not even worth it?"
No, I could answer this actually.
What?
He was going to beat them up. He was going to shove their faces in the urine and beat them up.
Okay.
And then went, "Oh, you're not even men," because this is a very this movie, if anything, is positive for men. Is that if your dick isn't big enough, you're not even worth humanity. So what he's going to say is, "I'm going to beat you up, but oh no, look how tiny your dicks are. I can't beat you up anymore because you're so tiny."
See, I took it as a sexual threat, where it's like, I'm going to blow you so hard, it's not even worth it.
I think that says more about you than it does about the
More about-
movie. Boy, that is the VD
again-
room.
When you're 9, holy shit. Which also, for the longest time, I thought it was Tiny Wanger, but it's Tiny Wanger. There's a G in there.
Yeah, it's Wanger. Yeah.
I always
Like
thought
your
it was
Wang.
just. I
Yeah.
thought it was just saying Wiener.
Oh, I hope nobody makes fun of my Wang computer shirt.
Well, it's also that I long for this era of snooty rich guy, where it's like, ooh, the common man. No
Yeah.
thanks. Rather than these tech billionaires being like, I would love to have a drink at a dive bar.
Yeah. Though I do like that Kurt Fuller like embraces it.
So the evil executive comes up with the idea for the Battle of the Tough Guys, which is great because, like, all right, let's just get this down, Dumber Than Dumb. It's Battle of the Tough Guys. We'll come back and fix that later. And then
Yeah.
they never did. Because that's your title, is Battle of the Tough Guys.
I mean, again, this movie is prescient because it literally is the UFC. It's an octagonal ring.
Yep.
That tough. I mean, the original UFC was like one guy with a boxing mitt, the other guy with Wolverine claws
Yeah.
fighting each other. Like, I mean, it is Battle of the Tough
He's
Guys.
just betting who could win a fight, Superman or
Yeah.
Doctor Doom. So all these like gross hillbilly guys are in the first episode because they're filming right at that same location. And it's just-
We're at the same location, except they put like big neon signs outside. Oh man, they've got like professional studio cameras inside this shit kicker.
well, all
dirtbag
of these like apparently this hugely successful program as it goes on, like the crowds attending it, it's like 15 people. Like I always love that. but, like,
it is fucking crazy. Like the skipping ahead, we're not going to talk about it yet, but like the end battle has less than 100 people watching it in studio. Yeah.
I've been to motivational speakers at high school assemblies just this week.
Yeah.
that have had more people in them.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite is that the villain is introducing himself to all the people that are going to be wrestling, and one of their names is Brock Chisler. Like that
Meat man slap.
that is so good.
I think Brock Chisler actually is a name from Space Mutant.
Yeah. Did the waitress's teeth get worse between scenes?
No, I noticed that, but the first scene she does smile and her teeth are awful.
Okay, because
Yeah.
like I didn't pick that up, and then like later when she and her brother fights in the match, she laughs something he says, and her teeth are awful. The movie makes it a point to go like, look how awful her teeth were.
Oh, maybe I thought they showed it earlier, but it may be conflating
I
the
don't-
two. Because
yeah.
again, this movie is boardroom scene, essentially the same scene, or boardroom scene, other scene, essentially the same boardroom
Yeah.
scene is the structure of this film. But so here's my favorite thing here. They do the Battle of the Tough Guys, and one tough guy wins. It doesn't matter who it
Yeah.
is. And then Zeus shows up. He kicks the wall down.
The wall.
The whole wall comes down. He comes in, beats the shit out of people. Now, there's a guy that they've established in a couple of shots, a man with an eye patch. When Zeus shows up, he lifts his eye patch
You bet he does.
to reveal a completely functional eye to see Zeus arrive. That is pristine and perfect writing. There is, I mean, the Marx Brothers could suck a dick because right there was perfect
was
comedy.
Which I love also, 'cause just that again, the format of the show apparently is very loose because a guy just kicks down a wall.
Well,
and
no,
there's
'cause
not
they-
like scheduled bouts or anything.
Well, no, because they announced it on the radio, a la Hudson Hawk, where this is the strongest guy wins.
Yeah, just
You're
show
gonna win
up.
$100,000 and a Mack truck, just no
but
Mack truck.
you think there'd be a registration process?
Yeah, I mean, well,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying,
'cause-
why isn't this movie have registration? It has all these boardroom scenes. Give me a
Kurt
registration
Fuller
process.
does say let him fight, so I think it's just this is outside the rules.
He gets waved in. All right.
So Zeus and let's. I'm gonna cap it on 3 hours. Let's talk about Zeus's eyebrow.
Yeah, I don't know if this is if like what Tiny Lister's whole deal is in terms of his lazy eye. If he wears, because I don't think that was as prevalent in Fifth Element, for
Yeah.
example. I know it was sort of a thing in Friday, but it seems insane in this movie.
I'm not talking about his eyebrow.
No, but I'm
'Cause-
saying
'cause
what's not
I haven't
helped
even
by that
I haven't gone to his eye yet.
is the fact that his eyebrows are shaped in this way. So on the bad eye, it's only part way,
Yeah.
and it's a continual line across the forehead.
It's a unibrow check mark.
Yeah, but it stops halfway across
Yeah.
the bad eye.
Yeah.
I don't know if the idea was supposed to be something like, well, let's make it look like something happened to his eye there.
There's a scar on the one side I saw. Yeah.
But that was a very bizarre choice.
it is fucking bananas is I believe the technical term for it. He shows up, he's dressed in his prison blues, and it still has the prison number on it. Again, let's go back to the delicate treatment of people of color in this movie.
Yes.
So he just got out of prison, kicks down a wall, jumps in, beats the shit out of everybody. Guy with an eye patch looks out of the eye patch eye. Rip's trainer. Turns out that he used to train Zeus.
Yep.
Turns out Zeus went to prison for a long time because he killed a kid. This is a quote. Killed a kid after the bell. Cuts back to Battle of the Tough Guys. Kurt Fuller's in the ring with Zeus. And Kurt Fuller, he goes, yeah, you win. What's your name? And this is so, he goes, Zeus. Now, John.
Yes.
That is a seventh of the dialogue that Lister says in this movie.
Yeah.
That is, no, less than that. That's a fifth of the dialogue he says in this movie. He says that and Rip challenge. The main villain. I'm not saying like my point is 100% like unbreakable. Like this is this adamantium armor, but boy,
It's looking
This
good.
movie is yeah.
Although, like the seventh phase dialogue, I would say that's probably equal though to Randy, Rip's brother, whose dialogue consists of "Rip, get him, get up, Rip, punch him, Rip."
Yeah, but he's not well, he's not the main bad guy, but he's not like the threat of the film.
No, but I'm just saying dialogue is not this movie's strong point.
No, I'm not saying that he needs to give like alas, Paul York, I knew him well, Rip ratio. Like, no, I'm not looking for that. I just mean like just give
To Rip.
yeah, just something. All right, so after that scene was where Rip throws pies at black people because
Yeah, because so I don't like they're going on a trip because
no, this is I'm glad we went back to this. Talk about travel.
yeah.
There's no reason for the trip. They said, we need to go to trip so you can do your charity stuff and blah, blah, blah. But like, there's no, like, the charity thing happens like in the movie outside of the like the charity thing happens after the whole hotel room thing happens.
Right.
And then they go back into, let's just say they're in Connecticut just because it makes my
Yeah.
head better. So they did, we need to travel somewhere to go to this restaurant and do my charity stuff. Hotel stuff happens. Then they do charity stuff, but never travel back. So
Right.
essentially, the travel there was zero reason to establish plane flight.
Right.
No, I have no theory why this is.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not like the movie was short. Like, I don't know why that's there.
No, it's just to give him.
I mean, they
'cause
need to
he's
be in a
very-
hotel
his-
room together. Yeah.
His charity work is very important to him.
Well, no, I mean, they need to
his
force
word
them-
is bond, by the way.
They need to force themselves into a hotel room.
Yeah.
Is why it happened. But
and it's again, you talk about ADR. There's this. You just see the hotel room and you hear their voices being like, "Well, there better be 2 beds. This is your company made the reservation."
which is crazy that that's ADR because that's like technically a plot point of the movie.
There might have been another scene, but that they cut.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then
that's
just
a good point.
replaced with
All
that.
right, so let's talk about the hotel room because we're at the hotel room. We're John, you and I have been talking longer than the movie's been on. We're less than 50 minutes into the film. As long as you stay on your side of the bed, everything's gonna be fine. He tapes up a sheet between the bed.
Yeah,
So he
while
can
she's
sleep
in the
on one side,
bathroom,
yeah.
like yelling at herself in the mirror.
Oh, well, let's not get to the bathroom. He tapes it up so there's the bed is bifurcated. She's in the mirror listening to him. And it seems like she's getting a little turned on a little bit. She's in like a nice like sleeping little negligee kind of.
Well, yeah.
No, we're gonna get back there, John. Let me handle this. She's wearing a sleepy little negligee. She starts brushing her teeth. Get ready for it. You know what Hulkster does?
What is?
Hulkster starts brushing his teeth.
Oh yeah, outside in the hotel room. Yeah.
Yeah. John, there's no sink there.
No.
Yeah. So he is dry brushing his teeth with toothpaste. Mm-hmm. And she's in there, and there's this awkward little scene. Now, he's like, oh, I can't believe how long she's taking. Without spitting, he puts mouthwash in his mouth. Mm-hmm. Then she sticks her head out, and he goes, boing, hey, look at her. And swallows the mouthwash and toothpaste.
Yeah. There's nutrients in there.
What plan did he have for that toothpaste spit?
I think you just saw it in action.
No, I didn't, John. Don't even. This
Yeah.
is not a time to joke.
No, he was just gonna it'll clean up my insides too.
This is not a time for comedy.
duodenum sparkle.
Why did he brush his teeth without
A
water around?
duodenum. What?
Why did he brush his teeth without water around? It is the most confounding thing.
He wants to go to bed and he needs to brush his teeth. I think if you want to talk about bad dental hygiene on the show, I need to walk right now, because this is an important thing.
He could have waited. So she
Not
comes out.
avoided. He was sleepy.
And-
He was
and-
a sleepy Hulk.
No, he wasn't, because he had to do push-ups to go to sleep.
That's later.
No. But you're positing John, if I may call you that he
Uh-huh.
is sleepy, so he needs to brush his teeth. After the whole sleepiness, he can't fall asleep because he is awake, because he has a boner from looking at her, which he was already aware of what she looked like.
But time
I
has
said,
passed.
"Good day, sir."
Time has passed.
Well, they
He
need
has
to
slept
show him with some
and
kind of
woken
star
back
wipe,
up.
possibly a side
Some
wipe. I'm
sort
not
of-
sure. Something from the Lucas catalog.
A push-up wipe.
Oh God! So they lay in bed together after he swallows the toothpaste, and this is, I mean, there's so much. So they're in bed, and then she hears wow, wow, like he's jerking it hard.
Yeah, like it is. Because I remember the scene when I was a kid, but it is like it's not just like it is.
Yeah. So he's jerking it hard. She pulls back the curtain between them, like, I kind of want to see what's happening here, and sees. What was she thinking those were?
So I think
So she sees his heels pushed together.
right. I think the idea is that she thought that was his butt or something.
Does she have an eye problem? Like she
don't know.
thinks
There's
things that are
like-
close are very far
he's
away.
got a tiny,
Because
tiny ass.
He's a giant man, and I could see Chew nicely like if they were like nicely like shaved down and like moisturized heels next to each other from about 30 feet away. And you thought they were 2 feet away, could theoretically look like the top of an ass. But she knows how wide a bed is. Maybe she doesn't know how wide beds are.
Maybe
and she
that's it.
thought, oh, this bed that I'm on that's
Yeah, she
40
sleeps
feet
in a
wide,
drawer.
and then looks and sees something 2 feet away. Going, oh, that's obviously
Yeah.
40 feet away and giant. Because perspective jokes, nothing better.
We missed the scene where she took off her contacts.
Oh, yeah, my mistake.
Yeah, but that's also very rude. Like, she's trying to sleep. Rip. Like, just do your push-ups on the floor. Don't use the bed as leverage.
Also, yep. I mean, there's a million things wrong with that. So,
Yeah, and then
that's the entire point. That's the whole scene. Is they establish that there's sexual chemistry.
well, because then he gets back into bed. Something happens where the bed breaks.
Oh yeah, the bed breaks,
and she like rolls onto him, and he's like, "This isn't cool."
No, that's right. She gets upset. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna go sleep in the sofa in the waiting room because it's got a better sense of humor. That's what he says. A
Yes,
better sense
absolutely.
of What joke happened there?
I don't know. Well, because I believe he made some kind of wry remark when she rolled on top of him at first.
Oh yeah, I
And she
forgot
did not
about-
enjoy it.
yeah.
And also,
He's
I
known for his
imagine
wry
that
remarks,
the person working the front desk is like, "Yeah, please don't just sleep on our couch."
So
we
let's-
love that.
All right, let's pushing ahead. She meets with Kurt Fuller and realizes that she's been working for the whole time, but she's like, "You're supposed to fuck him and make him join my company." And she goes, "Well, I just couldn't do it. He's such a nice guy. Do you know about his charity work?"
His word is his bond.
Yeah,
But
so-
it feels like he wanted her to, but she was never going to.
Because she apologizes later. It's a redemptive arc. I think she agreed to fuck him to get him to go on Kurt Fuller's network. She couldn't go through with it because he's such a nice guy. Then Kurt Fuller's like, "Yeah, I won't do it," because that's when she apologizes, saying, and that's when they actually fall in love and do really awkward kissing.
Yes.
Which
Not
and
since Nightbreed has there been such awkward kissing.
their awkward kissing is so gross. And the thing is, like, they were on set together. They probably fucked in a trailer at some point.
I'm good with not thinking about that.
Really?
I'm
Because I
fine.
mean, there's a sex tape you can look at if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. I mean, that's why I have that. I'd like to believe that Hulk
Oh,
is
gotcha,
only with
yeah.
Bubba the Love
All right.
Sponge's wife.
That's right. There was Bubba the Love Sponge's wife. That's hilarious. Okay, so Kurt Fuller's like, "No, you're not allowed to," and fucking backhands this lady. But
Mm-hmm.
this goes back to me talking about Kurt Fuller being large. It's one thing if like a 5'4", normally snooty villain guy does it.
Yeah.
But, like Kurt Fuller's like a proper he's a large dude
He's a giant
and
man.
backhands this
Yeah.
lady and it's like, oh, all my kind of thinking you're fun is going away because
Yeah.
like that's not like you just shake that shit off. So she goes home and this is my absolute favorite thing. She's walking to her car and indeterminate about. By the way, this movie could have taken place over 3 days or 6 months. I have no fucking
Yep,
idea.
no idea.
She's walking back to her car. One of Kurt Fuller's thugs tries to rape her. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, spreads her legs in a, like, Dr. Melfi style.
Yeah.
Not to be overly bold, sorry, trigger warning, etc. But, like, this isn't like it's implied. No, this is
it
like a
is-
fucking
yeah.
straight up
Yeah.
rape. I guess Hulk's senses starts going off.
Uh-huh.
Drives his motorcycle into the parking area.
Yep.
Sees that she's trying to be raped, chases the rapist down. Mm-hmm. gets him stuck on the front of his bike, and then throws him into a tree.
Yep.
This is not even the part I'm trying to get to. He goes back to her, holds her in her big Hulk arms, and says,
Are you okay? God, I hate it when you're hurt or scared. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
You know.
And she responds with something like, I know.
Yeah.
So this one, and
Well, he asked a question. She didn't want to be rude.
I need to be very clear here. I'm laughing at Hulk, and because this is a gross fucking thing if you think about it in real life, but like, I'm not laughing at the situation they're portraying, but in the context of this film,
Oh, yeah.
this woman was nearly violated. She is emotionally vulnerable. I hate it when you're in her skin. I know. But then it cuts to them kissing in his house.
Yeah.
She's over it, and they start kissing, and it is fucking awkward. But the thing is, they're kissing like they've been dating for a few months. It's like little mwah, mwah,
Yeah.
mwah kisses.
Again,
Not-
like this is for a 9-year-old boy. You rescued the woman from a thing you don't understand.
all those 9-year-old boys that know about violent parking garage
you don't.
rape.
Yeah, you don't know about that. You just know about like this guy was hassling this lady. I rescued her, and now we're going to kiss, which is that's how you kiss. Is you go.
All right, so
you take all the time in the world with this movie.
Hulk's little brother
Randy.
goes to see Zeus fight, and he's fighting Lug Wrench McLug Wrench.
Yes.
in a train foundry.
Yeah, in a foundry where again there's like 5 people coming to watch
but
it.
there's a train in the back. Like
Yeah.
they're building a locomotive. Like I mean, it looks like Back to the Future 3.
Yeah,
is
oh, are you
happening.
trying to say it's not tough to build a locomotive?
No, what I'm
I got
saying
some
is
Union brothers that
What
will
I'm saying
come down
is,
on you.
in 1989, finding a steam locomotive factory, few and far between. And Zeus puts his little brother in traction, or what is that? What it's called? Where you have like the neck thing?
Yeah. He beat the shit out of
Yeah.
him.
No charges are pressed inexplicably.
No, because it's all in the world of professional wrestling. These
it
things
isn't.
happen.
No, it's
No.
not. He's not on camera. He didn't sign a waiver.
It doesn't matter when you're 9.
It does.
And like this is
Okay.
your point of view for this whole thing. No, you're absolutely right.
So-
that like that you could just be like, yeah, this guy assaulted my
But
brother.
I mean, but this
my
movie.
perfectly smooth brother.
But you understand that this movie opens with contract negotiation.
Yeah.
So in a movie that expects you to understand contract negotiation, okay.
Yes.
know
I don't understand what you're losing.
I wonder
what you're missing here.
if Hulk concerns himself with Randy, whether if he's hurt or scared,
you know.
So at that point, and this is one of the weirder. It looks like the Bruce Lee movie. Is it Enter the Dragon where he walks into the mirror corridor?
Yeah.
It's like a weird Enter the Dragon scene where Hulk enters his own gym, and there's
Dojo.
his dojo. My mistake. I apologize to the audience and humanity at large. Enters his own dojo, and there's a projector of Zeus on a mirror, and then Kurt Fuller saying vaguely taunting things.
Well, it's the thing that he's playing later for Zeus, where he's like, the worms aren't good enough for you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He
Yeah.
says this one motivational speech that's not very good, but that he gives to everybody.
I don't know what. So anyway, so Hulk freaks out and starts throwing shit. Oh no, he's in tiny Zeus Lister's gym. Starts breaking all the stuff in the gym, and then he realizes, oh, I'm on video, and javelins a barbell bar through it, and it's like There's all sorts of calling out, etc. So anyway, he agrees. Hulk goes, "Fine, I'll face you, brother. Me and you, you're gonna die." Yada yada. Okay, so they agreed to a no holds barred match.
The titular match.
Kurt Fuller. What his idea in the beginning of the film?
That he wants Rip because he needs to be beating him in the ratings.
So he wants to rip on his channel. He wants him to break his contract.
Yep.
So who won in this movie?
Well, he's dead.
No,
So-
but Hulk, being the guy that is so into his morals and everything that he won't stop for money or anything else. And keep in mind, that money could go to his charities.
Oh, so you're
Says no. What I'm saying-
positing a Joker Batman situation.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm actually positing that weird thing where Batman becomes Joker and like the modern the continuity is. Kurt Fuller was right. Everything he thought about about Hulk, fair enough, is right because He goes, no, my word actually means nothing when it comes down to the line. Now, beyond that, Kurt Fuller kidnaps Sam and says, if you don't lay down, if you don't take the pin, as they call it in the business, count the lights, she's dead. You know what he does? Not even fight it. Says, of course I will. He destroys his morality on multiple different occasions. Hulk Hogan in this movie has no fucking spine. Kurt Fuller is right.
No, he's Machiavellian because he says he's going to do those things, but then he ends up beating Zeus.
No. He was doing those things until he saw Sam had escaped. He was gonna count the lights. He was gonna lay down. He was gonna fucking, whatever year that was, White Sox, and fucking give up the goddamn belt.
That's because human life is more important to him. So that's still
No, but
true
does
to
he
his-
not understand
his-
the police exist? You have this man on tape multiple times throughout your life. Your brother is in traction based on his main
Not
fighter.
a man this powerful. I mean, with what's going on in the news right now, you think the police are going to help you? I mean, open your eyes, sheeple.
Wait,
This is the head of a wrestling organization.
The third most powerful news organization,
Yeah.
in which Hulk is the lead star on the first one.
Yeah.
Where are the lawyers for that company?
It's the 1980s, baby. Things were crazy.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
No.
But now, at this point, this movie
John,
needs to make
I'm
sense.
just saying this. Wait, hold on a second. I'm saying 1 hour and 19 minutes into this fucking
Lord.
recording. You're saying that this movie doesn't make sense? I refuse to believe it. I
I
refuse.
reject your hypothesis.
All right, so they go into the big match, and it's got, I mean, I say 100 people, but I'm going to say about 56.
Yeah, it's pointless.
It looks like, and this is going to mean nothing to you, but it looks like a TNA recording. Oh, have you
I know exactly what you
okay,
mean.
yeah, because it's recorded in like Universal Studio, like some kind of studio in Florida. And there's like 12 people, but they light
Yeah.
it to look like.
Yeah.
And yeah, all right. So no holds barred match. Best thing that happens after this, this is basically he's tries to rescue Sam. Sam escapes. Blah blah. But
Yeah.
Zeus kicks Randy out of his wheelchair,
That
which is
rules. And then kicks him when he's on the ground.
I laughed out loud.
Yeah.
He knocks him out of the wheelchair and then kicks the guy in traction in the wheelchair.
Kudos,
I'm sorry to keep
Zeus.
saying in traction. It
Salute.
was used in one of the trivia things. I've never used that term before.
That's
I don't
fine.
even know what that means. I don't think in traction even exists anymore.
Whatever.
So there's this dual thing of it's a Hulk and Zeus are squaring off. He has to give up the fight within 10 minutes to make it look good. So Sam gets out alive. Sam escapes using her own, wiles. This is where, I don't even know how to talk about it. So
It doesn't matter.
no, but okay. So we don't need to describe the climactic ending, but so let me encapsulate it. So in that, I was saying Kurt Fuller was right. Our moral hero, Rip,
Yes.
that is about charity, that's about chastity,
Yeah.
murders two people in front of a crowd,
Yes.
and the crowd cheers.
Yep.
Now let me go back to Kurt Fuller, where he says, "This is no better than a hanging." Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what they want to see.
But
Kurt Fuller was right the entire
Absolutely.
movie. They cheered when he was electrocuted. A man, by the way, John, stop arguing with me. The audience doesn't know who Kurt Fuller is.
no.
They know him as the guy, they're a fan of him. They know him as the guy that advertises the fights that they're watching.
Mm-hmm.
So during the fights that they're watching, this massive
Right.
Irish ass, no, kills Zeus in front of him,
Mm-hmm.
murders a man in front of him.
Yep.
They look up, see him throw another guy into 8 tracks, which somehow broadcasts television.
Mm-hmm.
That man gets electrocuted to death, and they applaud. Now, the man they just wants to electrocute, the last time I saw him was on TV going, Battle of the Tough Guys.
Yeah.
The very thing they thought was a great idea to show up to. Why are they cheering? You know why? Because all they want is a hanging. Kurt Fuller was right this entire time.
What's-
Some people just want to watch a man burn. Also, Tiny Zeus Lister was on the boats in The Dark Knight, whatever the one. This is the prequel to Heath Ledger's Joker.
What was he wearing when he was electrocuted?
A suit?
A suit. This is class consciousness. This is the lower class
wait.
rising up
So
against their overlords.
you're saying the people that we watch show up in limos are cheering that some guy in a suit is getting
Absolutely, because
electrocuted.
he was part of the 1%. They were part of the
Oh, so they're part of the 5%.
That's
So they're
right.
like- yeah, they're the whoever the fuck owns KFC going, yeah, fuck you, Bezos.
yeah. It's Susan Sarandon. Come on.
Okay, my mistake.
Yeah, he kills, I guess. I
Two
don't know.
people, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's no indication that Zeus is dead.
He throws him off of like a very high height.
And he sinks into a.
falls through a ring,
Yeah.
and they don't show him with his eye twitching or anything. There's no movie indication that
Yeah.
he's alive. So he murders him.
He's sleeping. And what I love about this is that. So Kurt Fuller? Is that his
Kurt
name?
Fuller is the actor's name. I don't know I don't know
So
the character name.
he's losing his shit that Zeus has lost.
Oh, he's even
though-
tearing up the broadcast. Wait, sorry. This is actually important. This is just me interrupting. They did establish earlier. He goes, make sure we got double satellite backups.
Yeah.
I just thought that was actually weirdly good writing where he's going to destroy the broadcast equipment, but they actually did establish verbally that there's double satellite
still-
backups. So this is still being broadcast.
you
Sorry.
can't make that
no,
complaint.
but no, for
No,
this
I mean, fair
movie, that's
enough.
weirdly
Yeah.
fucking good.
That's weirdly thoughtful. But because why is he so mad? He's getting all the ratings.
He got everything he wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, he got everything, and then he goes on this Citizen Kane like tearing down everything, and then like Hulk busts into the booth, and he gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think he's mad because Hulk won, not Zeus.
Yeah,
the
but
thing is-
he's
no, but-
established a new format,
and Hulk broke contract too. So he just ruined his contract. Yeah, I mean, but
it doesn't make
yeah.
sense.
All right, so that's the end of the movie. But this is really, I mean, to go back to like the real world, this is weirdly prescient of the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
And this is pre-Ted Turner. Like, this is before WCW. Maybe WCW was existent, but they certainly weren't the on Monday
Yeah.
night against Monday Night Raw.
That didn't happen until like the mid '90s. I feel
Yeah,
like.
so this is well before that. They predicted ultra-violent, weird kind of kitschy matches. This looks like WWE versus, or WWF back then versus WCW. It's weirdly prescient, which makes me concerned, going back to the Mandela effect, that like maybe we're in some kind of simulation, because how can two fucking GHB-laden lummoxes in a fucking hotel room in Shitsville, Florida, getting blown by a Waffle House waitress, predict the future of 8 years later?
It's the guys, the guys who made Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They made a couple of short films like that eventually became episodes of that show, and they remade them several times because they're like, we didn't like it, so we just kept remaking it. And so it's Vince McMahon having this idea and then like refining it. And so what you're watching is this weird little face hugger of an idea. But I mean, but the WCW part aside, like I think there's a lot of things that became that he had these ideas for these things.
No, but the WCW were the ones that did the ideas first. So that's outside of maybe the WCW watched this movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Fair
they
enough.
said they all took a bus.
Oh, I
and
hope
watched
Vince
this
McMahon
movie.
never listens to this, because I don't want to give him more credit. So then that's it. The movie ends with
Him having murdered.
and the most amazing ending song ever. Boy, this movie is so much fun to watch. And
It was something else. I watched it in pieces because like I kind of like be like, this is too much right now. I'm having so much fun, but like
Yeah.
if I started to like wane a little bit, I'd be like, whatever, I'm stopping. I'll come back later.
well, what I like about this is so kind of the remit of our show is we've been trying to watch movies that were supposed to be good. Like, we weren't trying to watch just shitty movies to dunk on them.
Yeah.
And I still believe in our remit, but like it was nice to kind of.
Well, this was a movie that I loved when I was a kid.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe
which I
that's
still
why I
think
don't.
kind of fits in there.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I don't feel as bad.
But it
like,
is not, particularly with the heady movies that we've done. It's
Yeah.
nice to watch a movie not made by someone who pretended to read a poem once or something like that. Like
Yeah.
this is just
No, totally.
dudes
Like
fighting.
maybe that's why it is, because it was nice to be like I didn't feel bad about just dunking on this movie.
Yeah.
And in an alternate universe, or in a universe where both of us have more time, I would love to do an episode where I try to defend this movie as if it's a good movie. Because I think there's enough like of the dumb shit I defended about Kurt Fuller being right at the end.
Yeah.
I think I could craft an argument.
But you could, I mean, like some of the stuff we talk about here, like you could write a hoity-toity article about, like I was talking about, like Hulk Hogan being this representation of how Americans view themselves, or whatever. You could be a pedantic, just a bore about it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
But this movie's awful and it's great.
Yeah, anyway, this movie's terrible and you should watch it.
So yeah, no holds barred. It was great. But rather than spend time in the past, for next week, I'd like the past to come to us, and I'd like to see some dinosaurs doing some shit. So let's watch Jurassic World.
Oh, I thought we were going to watch Red.
No.
Yes, Jurassic World starring Chris Pratt and some other people.
Yeah, the Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, yeah, true. Well done.
And I think James Earl Jones was one of the Raptors. came out of
Yeah.
retirement.
So watch Jurassic World. It's available places for cheap. And remember to follow us on Facebook, where John and Alex hate stuff. There are extra audio on my Patreon, patreon.com/AlexBolin, Alex with 2 X's. And
And there's new photos of Alex on my Patreon. So if you want to
yes.
see that,
If you want to go to patreon.com/AlexBolin, that's also John's Patreon. You can see pictures.
if you type alexbolin.wink,
Yeah.
that sends you to mine, which exists only under mine Alex's.
you can see pictures of my baby raptor. All right. Bye.
Bye.